Okay, hopefully we have audio on board for you now. Apologies for that slight delay. And I have to admit, you probably missed one of the best introductions to a game of lawn bowls that you'll ever see. Unfortunately not captured, but we're away now. Last bowl of end number 1 coming in. Cody just going past, so the lady's just having a quick look. He has done enough to score on the opening end. So one shot there to Katie and Cody from Merrylands to kick things off. And I've been given the privilege of being joined by Ross McNamara from Ballina on the committee here. What's your role, Ross, here at the club?
Yeah, Lee, I'm the secretary of the Ballina Men's Bowling Club, so yeah.
Thanks for jumping into commentary to give me a hand this afternoon.
My pleasure. What a great game to jump in on.
Yeah, my word, it should be. 4 fantastic players here. Very well credentialed players, all current New South Wales state representatives across different levels, of course. So a couple of current Jackaroos as well. All part of those squads. So it should be in for one hell of a game as conditions are almost perfect. Conditions have dried out. Barely any breeze this afternoon. The green running spectacularly well.
Yeah, it's so good, Lee, to see the weather finally give us a break and get some really good bowling conditions in.
Couple of good opening shots there from Cody. These players will hone in on the jack throughout the course of this afternoon's match. Still just probably trying to trust themselves to take that wider line. As we have mentioned a few times, we've had quite a bit of rain throughout the course of the last 24 hours. So conditions drying out, getting wider and wider, and probably more like Ross these greens would traditionally play here.
Yeah, where these greens are very true, and on a nice dry surface, you do have to take your grass because we have prevailing winds here, and it does make you play wide at times and very narrow at times on the opposite hand.
Brianna just finding the gap and settling in behind. So here's Merrylands just holding on the crossover.
Yeah, great match up here, Lee, with Cody and Ben. I don't think you find a better match up in the game of fours. In the game of pairs. Where am I going? Fours. We haven't got to that yet.
And especially a couple of quality operators getting that third bowl as well.
Yeah.
It's a format I enjoy, the 3-bowl pairs. Gives you that opportunity to play a wide array of shots. So Cody trying to promote his own bowl, and he's done so into the count. Well played. I know, Ross, the club's had the pleasure of having Ben and Brianna up here through Summerland series over the past few years as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're regular visitors to our premier event each year, the Summerland series. Yeah, and Ben and Brianna have been patrons up here for a number of years now.
So Cody, second bowl here, still holding at least 2. Love to draw right up past his own. Yeah, he has done so, that'll count.
Yeah, that's fairly close to shot.
So nice and obvious here for our 4 players on screen. We have very distinctive bowls, the blue and white sets of bowls for Merrylands, the pink and orange belonging to St John's Park. As Ben tries to get past the front.
And he's has too.
Well, it's going to be really close for shot. He's certainly in a lot better position than what he was.
Yeah, it is very close.
We'll see what Cody attempts here. He has now just released his bowl, coming down on the forehand. He's played 2 pretty good bowls down here so far. You see that line he's coming in. A small move from the jack will be okay, and that's what he's done.
Yeah.
Superb shot there from Cody Packer.
Yeah, great shot.
You see this one just coming in left to right of screen, turns the jack in between those blue bowls. He's made at least 2, potentially even 3 here. Ben Twist, 1 bowl to go. So Ben down here on his forehand, trying to make some contact. Will he bend back in time? No, he's just going to find that gap. So we'll have our ladies confirm that it's 2 shots. Katie Astley and Cody Packer. Jump out to 3-0 after 2 ends. And we see the same scoreline in our other semi-final. Kate Morgan from St John's Park, Josh Berry, Mount Lewis. They're 3-0 in front of Pamela Stefanis and David Govan. 3-0 after 2 ends as well. And an early start for all of us tomorrow, Ross. These mixed pairs finalists, whoever they may be, back here for an 8 a.m. on green start tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a tough call for a final at 8 a.m. in the morning. I hope they get to bed early tonight, whoever's going to contest it, because, an early start for a final.
They're professional athletes, probably unlike you and I. Ross, I'm sure they'll be into bed early tonight.
Exactly right, Lee. Yeah.
Ice baths, fluid hydration.
What's that?
One of the features here with our state championships, where finals across different sessions, mornings, afternoons. We even have our men's triples final scheduled for Tuesday evening. So we're looking forward to see what kind of crowd that brings for a 5 p.m. or just after start time. The 25N men's triples game.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Had the final playing under lights, or part of the game under lights it will be, and nothing better atmosphere than to have the club all lit up outside on the greens, and should have a good crowd come in, I hope.
Yeah, spot on, mate. We had that situation occur at Dubbo last year, but probably more inadvertently with some rainfall there, that we had an evening final with a delayed schedule, and the crowd was massive, as we see Brianna falling right behind the jack.
Great shot, Brianna.
Love the colour of those bowls, the predominant pink with the green waves all the way through them.
Yeah, certainly different.
Stand out great, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
You haven't got a set like that, Ross, have you?
No, mate, no.
Don't tell me you've still got the old brown ones.
No, come on, I'm not that old. Did start with them back in the day.
Cody just reaching up to that. That was the instructions from the skip, so didn't quite get the shot, but has finished past Jack. Given options for Cody with his bowls.
Yeah, he's going to be a little shy, I think.
Yeah, good effort, Brianna.
Yeah.
Two really good ones. That's going to potentially cause Cody to change the weight he was looking to play. Cody Astley and Cody Packer undefeated in sectional play. 3 tight games. 16 shot differential across those 3 matches before they went on to have a quarterfinal win.
Here's a great shot by Cody. Great shot.
Cody started off well here. Cody Packer played some telling shots on each end. Look at that, right back to the bowl. Falls onto the jack.
Bends with a bit of weight. Oh, very close.
Unlucky result there for Ben. Katie and Cody, quarterfinal winners over Club Maitland City's Jessica Fisher and Andrew Reese, 20 shots to 12. And for Brianna and Ben, their path through to the finals. Had 3 wins in sectional play with a shot differential of 35. They're quite dominant in their section before, once again, a big win, 26 shots to 5 in the quarterfinal against another Merrylands team, that being Vicky Wilson and Michael Clark. Cody just short, finishing on centre line. I think we'll see another nice aggressive shot here from Ben, much the same weight. Can get the jack clean. Maybe able to bend to the front of Brianna's bowl as well. Just all about how much turn he gets now. Not for the first time this afternoon. He's found one of those gaps. It's one thing you notice so often, Ross, these top-level players with those weighted shots, they either get them or they're very close.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Lee. Yeah, they're phenomenal to watch, with the control they have with the weight.
Where's this going to land for Cody?
Oh.
He's turned one up. Well, don't think that's coming to the count. We'll see Ben's correction. I think he's only missed by 5 or 6 inches last time. We'll see if he can nab that jack. Ben Twist approaches the mat. Pre-shot routine. See a little bit of movement here behind. Just try and get some of our attendants to sit tight, and they have done so. Ben backed away. He's out on that high line again. Has he lessened the speed?
Yeah, he has. To a very good pace. God, this is close. That's
Ben Twist trails the jack right through. One shot. There's a bowl just back of screen there belonging to the Merrylands team. So they're on the board, St John's Park.
Beautiful bowl by Ben then.
Yeah, absolutely it was. So they get underway. One 3 after 3 ends. And the mat right to the back of the tee here, and clear and obvious plan. Brenner's rolled the jack all the way at the other end. We cannot play a longer jack than what we have here.
No, that's tee to tee.
See who can adapt first.
Yeah, beautiful weight. Very difficult to play ditch to ditch and get your weight in the right area.
Yeah, absolutely, Ross. It's the kind of thing, if you can do it well, you will win a lot of games.
Certainly.
It's a go-to tactic by a lot of the top bowlers. They feel that's their advantage. Mate, sorry to put you on the spot, Ross, but I see we're playing on the Gould green here at Ballina. Is that in reference to a former player or committee member here at the club?
No, a former life member and committee and bowler of the club. Mr. Gould, I didn't know personally, but I believe he was a true clubman, and as a result, he was awarded the naming of our main green here.
Yeah, I love that memory that the club's put in for the former members. We also have the Gibson green and the Biggs green here at Ballina.
Yes, I know about the Biggs green. Albert Biggs, who was a bowler in my time when I first came to Ballina some 20 odd years ago. Albert was still playing then, and again, a very good clubman, and with his passing, he was awarded a green as well.
And we see Cody just getting the better of exchanges here on end number 4, holding one. This one's trying to get down inside Brianna's back one.
I think he's just done it.
Yeah, good effort there from Cody. Cody acknowledging that's in a good spot at the back of the rink. We saw the jack move to a similar spot in the previous end. Of course, Cody just not too far removed from our state under-18 program. Has made her way through representation into the New South Wales under-25 squads, and has also this year come on board and given some time back and joined the state junior committee. So that's fantastic to see that our players that are coming through those junior pathways are keen to put back in to the next wave of upcoming players once their time has finished up in the 18s category. We see Ben coming down on his back end. He has Brenner's bowl coming through, but I'm sure he wants to be underneath.
Yeah, he's on a pretty good line too, Lee. Oh, look at that.
What a shot.
Yeah, great shot.
Just a resting toucher, he says. That'll do.
Yeah, that'll do, mate. Yeah, for sure.
Some good understanding of the situation there. Ben asking Brianna whether his bowl was touching the jack or not. When he received that confirmation that it was, he has decided to change hands. Looking to make his way inside that last white bowl of Cody Packers.
Yeah, on a pretty good line too. Yeah, just a little bit shy on the weight, but a great line.
There's a chance for this bowl to go out clean. As you can see on screen, probably sitting about half a bowl in front of Jack High.
Yeah, I heard a call of Jack in the pit.
Yeah, the other thing for Cody is if he does get that orange bowl and the jack goes out of bounds, it'll get respotted back on the tee. And if that orange bowl goes with it, he will be holding a couple. So nice and firm on the backhand here for Cody. Awfully close.
Got it.
Well, he has got that jack out of bounds with that orange bowl, so you'll see the players come and respot the jack on the tee. Terrific shot here from Cody.
Yeah, the weight was excellent.
Plenty of chances here. Just gets enough of that bowl, and that orange bowl shoots off screen. Holding a couple for now. So Ben trying to repeat what he did with bowl number 1 on this end. Looks just under the line, is he?
He's under. Oh, very close.
Well, almost an action replay where it was.
Perfect bowl.
Ben Twist, what a shot. Look at that, right to the front side of the jack.
Yeah, beautiful.
Very close to the exact bowl that he played at the opener, and no doubt Cody's going to try a very similar shot to his last.
The weight again.
Yeah, it's underneath his last one though. Does he get a piece of the jack?
Yes.
Well, he has. It stayed in, I can let you know, ladies and gents. And that pink bowl of Brianna has held on to shot down in the bottom corner of the green. So a great attempt there from Cody. Not quite enough. A terrific skips play. One with beautiful draw shots, the other with fantastic aggressive weighted bowls. It's Ben that prevails on this occasion. They narrow the margin. Just won the difference now after 4 ends. As we lose the jack into the ditch. So we'll see what the plan of the Merrylands team is. You see there, Cody's brought the mat up about 2.5 metres from the tee. And this one's sailing past the tee, but will pull up just in time. A couple of metres short of maximum length. Too dissimilar to where we have been earlier on in the match.
Yeah, beautiful start by Brianna.
And I love, Ross, these painted logos that are out on the green. We see the Cherry Street Sports. There's the 2025 State Championships logos as well.
Yeah, it certainly adds to the atmosphere, Lee. You know, being a bowler myself, but, you know, it just makes you feel good to, you know, to play on greens that have got the atmosphere, and, you know, it's terrific to have all the banners and our sponsors and everything on the greens and surrounds. It really adds to the atmosphere.
They shine out nice and prominently too. Actually, early morning, late afternoon. And if you're in the local area or heading up this way for later events in the state championships, be sure to take home a piece of memorabilia from the event. There's Bowls New South Wales items there in terms of caps and towels, bowls, cloths. Of course, the Indigenous design shirt that featured on our Facebook page a few weeks ago. And also the team here at Cherry Street have a huge range of merchandise that they're selling as well. Club branded items, caps, drink holders. They've got some towels, plenty of different
Yeah.
hat varieties
Yeah.
there as well.
Stubby holders, pens, jackets for the men. We've got a number of jackets, club jackets for sale. So yeah, plenty of variety.
And that's just that little piece of memorabilia that you can take home to remember your time here at the state championships, as we see our ladies kick off here with 4 fantastic bowls. The call here from Ben was to reach up here with ditch weight to try and trail the jack or sit bowls out. As Brianna, does she bend in time? Well, catches a piece.
Got a piece, yeah.
Now that's going to test out this camera operator's skills in terms of manoeuvring things around. So bear with us, ladies and gentlemen, while we bring that into action. Hopefully we might get some views from side on here to assist in the coverage. Let this bowl travel its course. I'll come into view there. You can see the jack from our vantage point about half a metre from the ditch and a little over a metre inside the rink peg. See Brianna's toucher in the ditch, almost in the centre of the green. Probably holding 2 or 3 at the moment, the St John's group, but a little bit of room for these gents to improve upon the current count. See some of our other semi-finalists already walking past and refilling drinks. It's quite warm and steamy here this afternoon. You see that last bowl of Ben's, that would definitely be the closest at the moment.
That's added another one there, Lee.
So just a little hard to tell on that side on view, but that shot bowl of Ben's about 1 metre from Jack. So that's the room that Cody's looking to work in.
Got pretty good pace on it too. Yeah,
that's the shot. That's just under 2 feet away.
Yeah, Cody
that bowl.
indicated that was shot.
I'm trying to get these angles as best as possible for you. As the bowl comes into view, we'll switch around.
Just maybe hasn't got the pace.
Yeah, much the same as his first there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So Cody Packer holding 1. This one's right in the area too. He's played this very well. That counts. But a foot short of Jack High, that last one, for those of you watching on. So 2 to Merrylands.
Yeah.
You will see just underneath the rink marker there that Brianna's bowl that moved the jack out there is a toucher, so that's still sitting in the ditch. So decision time for Ben. Whether he plays bigger weight to this, of course, if he does get the jack off the rink, it will go back in between Katie's 2 blue bowls where it was. So might be just either just perfect draw or swinging weight to this. He has chosen that swinging weight. Ben, what have you got? Well, just sailed by the outside.
Yep.
So currently 2. Going there to Katie and Cody. Across in our second semi-final, it's Kate Morgan and Josh Berry out to a 7-2 lead. 5 ends played there. And of course, featuring in our most recent live stream game, securing a win over Claire Kelly and Craig Donaldson, Manning Great Lakes. All right, Cody, three pretty good draw shots here.
Yeah, great weight.
That's a lot of practice in drawing to the ditch. It's coming in very handy there for Cody Packer as they double their score. 6 shots to 2 now after 5 ends. So this felt a little bit of breeze come through to provide us a bit of relief in the commentary box, so no doubt the players as well.
Yeah, that was nice, wasn't it? Well, we've got to expect a bit of humidity after all the rain that we've had over the week, so but it's good to see the blue sky now.
Yeah, I think we're happy with the heat and humidity after the last 5 days, Ross, aren't we?
Certainly, yeah.
Tremendous effort to all the players involved throughout day one of this event and the 4.5 days of our all-ability singles and pairs competitors. We were in and out, dodging showers each and every day, some delayed starts, some matches paused on quite a few occasions and had to be resumed as soon as the weather got better, so tremendous effort. And of course, if you're just catching up with some of those results, it was Richard Rombouts from Bangalow and John Gibson from Nelson Bay who took out the pairs all-ability state title. Bangalow's Richard Roberts also doubled up in the reserve singles, winning that championship yesterday. And it was James Reynolds from Cabramatta who took out the open all-ability state singles for 24-25. He put on a tremendous performance in the final against Hazelbrook's Ray Douglas. He did tremendously well to top his section and make it all the way through to the final. And this is event number 4 of 24 of the TAB State Championships. We will bring you every session throughout the entirety of the event, right through to the final of the men's fours on Wednesday, April 9. 10 days to go following this, and a big thanks to Ross and 80 plus other volunteers across all the clubs up here in the Northern Rivers who have lent their time to volunteer throughout various duties and marking and scoreboard attendance, doing other assistant for our all abilities bowlers in measuring and kicking bowls back, and plenty were out there with towels trying to dry bowls for the players, and there's countless jobs that go into this volunteer crew. So big thanks, Ross, to you and your team in and around the area who have taken care of us for these few days so far.
Thanks very much, Lee. Yeah, I'm really proud of our team here that they put in their own personal time and dedication to enhance this event, and they've done a fabulous job so far and will continue to do over the course of the tournament. Yeah, so a big shout out to all our team. It's been a great effort.
We saw Brianna early on there just with a slight bit of luck, just catching an edge off a front bowl and moving the jack out to the side. So here's that pink bowl of Brianna Smith holding shot at the moment. Cody's just finishes in a metre or so past the jack. See a few spectators located in behind the rink there, and there's plenty across the sides of the greens. Had a huge amount watching on inside the venue, both out live through the window and also on the big screen and other areas around the club where the game's being broadcast into our host venue.
Yeah, there's certainly plenty of spectators inside enjoying the club facilities as well. So it's great to see.
Cody just turning that bowler bends up to be another counter. So looks like 2 shots there now to our St John's Park team. 1 ball left after this for both players. Been looking to negotiate with good weight past these front bowls.
Yeah, he's around. There's another good bowl.
Just need to pull up now. I think that's done enough. It looks like 3 there to the Saints. Players looking on there, just trying to establish where they may go. Does Cody play similar draw shot to Ben, or does he play a bit of a swinging bowl, trying to trail the jack on the forehand? There's a few different options there of Cody's bowls towards centre line. We'll be able to run into that orange short bowl of Ben's and run through to the shot or trail the jack. I think that's what he's talked himself into.
Yeah, he's got a couple of options, but yeah, I think he's looking at that last option you just mentioned.
So Cody lines up here on his forehand. Looks as though he's going to play with a few metres of weight, give himself some opportunities. The intent to trail the jack. Opportunities either side of that if he's just off target. He's close to that bend twist bowl. How much does he get?
He gets a lot of it. Yeah.
And just keeps it in the head and his runs away. Chance here for Ben to take a big count. Looks like he's holding 3 currently.
Yeah, so he would be. Well, yeah, 3 looks the count.
I think he'll be out on that backhand line again. Our right-hand side of screen as you look on. Just outside of Brianna's bowl. To count, if he does get back to that blue bowl standing up at the back, he may be able to make an extra shot. So Ben Twist down his backhand. Just urging for some turn here.
Has he got the weight?
Kept that safe line, so that won't quite be enough. We see 2 removed. We'll have a look after that. I think Brianna's hoping for 3, and it has been conceded. 3 shots to St John's Park. Thanks very much, Ross, for joining us. I think you've got some other duties to attend to inside the venue. Appreciate you coming in, and hopefully we get you back on the mic at some stage over the next 10 days.
Yeah, thanks very much for having me, Lee. Yeah, I've got a bit of work to do inside, but yeah, it's been a privilege to come out and call a few ends and join up with you. So yeah, thanks very much.
Big thanks, Ross McNamara, Secretary here of the Ballina Men's Bowling Club. As we mentioned earlier, the team doing a fantastic job in hosting this event, looking after the players, all the staff, committee, spectators that are involved in these state championships. I'm sure you all know back at your own clubs, the work of those volunteers is absolutely appreciated, and it's much the case here throughout this event. A third of the way through this match, nice and close, 6-5. See that score being updated for our other semi-final, 7-4. The St John's Park Mount Lewis combination leading Beresfield. 6 ends played there also as Cody draws a toucher first up. It's quite obvious the greens just getting better and better as the day goes on. Some breeze coming across now. Right to left on camera, I'd say we're up at about 10 to 12 kilometres an hour. Plenty of action around some of the other greens. Now green number 3 here at the club, the Green staff have been out re-stenciling the green, and they're out on the roller currently, getting it ready. Green number 1, there's a huge amount of triples players out there having a practice session before that competition commences tomorrow morning. And a great second bowl there from Cody. Pretty good effort by Brianna. Done enough for second. A nice confident call there from Cody. He gave his lead there all the confidence in the world to reach up to this one. Try and draw a toucher. And we have star quality here in the booth this afternoon. From all the way from Club Charlestown is Daniel Hill. Welcome, Daniel.
Good afternoon, Lee. How are you?
Going very well, mate. Thanks for coming into the box and joining the coverage.
No, thanks for having me.
You were a competitor in this event, so no doubt obviously you'd prefer to be out there playing, but this is the next best thing.
Absolutely, yes. We ran into a few tough games in the section. The boys and girls from Narandra played very well, and then we ran into Doc this morning from Harbord, and they were excellent. So, but it's good to have a team out there from the Newcastle region, so he's supporting them. But what a game we have here.
Been very good bowls so far. Green's quickening up, it's starting to get even more and more turn throughout.
Yeah, considering the weather, they're amazing. Pretty close here from Ben. What a shot.
Well, once again, this jack getting moved into the cameraman's worst nightmare position on the green. We need to attempt some realignment. Get you some footage here in a moment.
Cody just looking down on his forehand. A couple ends ago drew 3 crackers down here to the ditch, so should know what kind of line. And looks to be close. What a shot, Cody Packer. Well played.
Well called too, Daniel. Obviously, as you mentioned, the jack was in a very similar position 2 ends ago, so he was able to tune into that and go where he was last time in this direction.
Muscle memory. Ben probably looking to play similar to his last, down through that hole.
So is he exploring something on the backhand?
Yes, he down between the 2 blues. Land his own toucher or get to the bowl, I think, and he's close. What a shot, Twisty.
Bowl for bowl, once again. Making the amateur cameraman work extra hard here. Any chance of these players just leaving the jack in the one spot? It's not the view you get when the great Andrew Lynn is in operation of the equipment.
Cody just needs to run this out. What a shot, Cody Packer. Every bowl it's changing.
Well, 5 in a row from Cody to this spot.
Yes, I think he likes the jack here.
Yeah, be trying to move the jack from there if you were if you were playing this, guys. Cody Packer's found a spot of the green, which is absolutely peppering. 5 in a row. So Daniel, that bowl just a full bowl in front of Jack High.
Yeah, so I think Twisty will be playing something similar down on his backhand. Through his own toucher maybe, but depends how much he can see of his own bowl. And he's lining up forehand, so
mustn't be able to quite see his own there, so
it isn't a toucher, Cody's bowl, so he'll probably just be trying to get the bowl into the ditch or onto the jacks, okay? Sorry, Cody.
Cody listening out, obviously keen to hear those compliments about his 5 perfect draw shots he's just played.
Absolutely.
So Ben and Brianna, they're really looking at this
watching it.
one.
He's close.
Oh,
what a
Jack
shot.
in the ditch. Ben twists.
Wowee. That's it's changed the last 4 bowls.
Look at this. Brianna watching on. Knew it was close. Jack right in the middle and sits alongside.
I think that's
That's
gonna be
brilliant
tough to beat.
replay work from our production team. Even a 6 brilliant draw shot
Yeah.
from Cody's probably not going to be quite enough here.
I don't think he's got a toucher out there either, so it's going to be tough to get the shot.
It's hard to tell from our vantage point whether Jack's just sitting at the front of the ditch or the back. It looks more towards the back, if I'm being honest, but
He's playing something adventurous. That was a touch of that blue one. That
The
he just
second
knocked
one,
Up. Yeah.
yeah.
So one shot makes it 6 all after 7 ends.
So have you got any other events, Hilly, while you're up here at State Champs?
I'm lucky enough to be in the triples tomorrow, so playing with Nathan Dawson and Matthew Swan. But we have probably the section of death, you would want to call it.
No, everyone says that.
Well, if you have a look, section 3, mate.
Okay, just doing a bit of a search here now. We'll see how accurate you are with the section of death call.
Yeah, I reckon it's probably the toughest section I've seen for a while.
Okay, on the Bowls Link page, State Men's Triples. You're not in the seniors, are you?
No,
In
not
the
yet.
men's?
Not yet. We do have a Charlestown team in the seniors, though.
Okay, here we go. Live streaming tomorrow morning in your section. We have Edelong Memorial, Nathan Malloy, Lee Trethau and Darren Morrison. So they're the reigning BPL Cup.
2-time BPL Cup champions, yes.
Okay, very good. And they'll take on Jack Smith, Ben Moorthorpe and Aaron Wilson from Cabramatta. That's our feature game. There you go.
That
There's
is,
a
yes.
little insight into tomorrow morning's coverage at 10:45am. And you'll line up in the same time slot. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, you could have been right here.
Yeah,
You'll
it's
line
up
up
there.
against the Engadine team. Jay Bruce, the reigning state singles champion. Callum Murray and Jack Lewis.
Yes, I believe.
So plenty of state title, state representation, Australian representation amongst all those players.
It's probably it's not a bad thing though, because every team can beat everyone. So if you win your 3 games, you're going pretty well.
There you go, looking on the bright side. I love that, mate. Well done.
I'm just leading, so I just got to get them up there and stay out of the way. Leave it up to Dawson and Swan.
Young Matty Swan, first season at your club, was it? Since
Yes.
his relocation from
Yeah,
Sydney?
absolutely, and playing brilliant. So we just get there, put bowls in the area for him, and he does the rest. Brianna coming down on a 4-hand looks pretty good. That's a good shot.
Well, those of you who are in the area that want to see similar bowls to that, 10:45am tomorrow, Rink 8, you'll see Daniel Hill in action. One and only. Yeah, a little tough group there, but like you said, you guys are good enough to beat any of those, and the other 3 teams are good enough to beat each other. So if you do drop a game or have a draw,
You're not out of it.
you will always be a chance. But yeah, obviously, always better to keep things in your own hands. But
Yeah, keep it simple. Yeah.
win every game, you'll go home with the trophy. Well, actually, you won't go home with the trophy. We'll let you take some photos with it, and then we'll hold on to the trophy for next time round.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Can't drink out of them anyway, mate. So
Yeah.
good for photos, and then we'll hold on for next time around when we're back at Dubbo.
Yes. So Cody just calling backhands at the bowl for Katie. I must give a shout out to my partner too for this event, Kate Matthews. She was an absolute star. One of the better players in the game. Unfortunately wasn't good enough to carry me, but it is a big weight to carry.
You're right, she's going leaps and bounds in the game. I remember the state series against Victoria at St John's Park 6 or 8 months ago. She led in one of the rings, and it was one of the best leading performances I've come across.
Yep.
She was sensational, and she'll be featuring in the TAB Platinum Pennant, which after a spectacular inaugural season, the world-class TAB Platinum Pennant competition returns on Friday, the 11th of April. Featuring some of the best bowlers in the world, 12 powerhouse teams will battle for the highly coveted TAB Platinum Pennant title. Round 1 streaming kicks off with defending champions, the Cabramatta Bull Ants, going head-to-head against local rivals and bowling powerhouse St John's Park Saints. Follow the Bowls New South Wales YouTube page to make sure you never miss a moment from the TAB Platinum Pennant. Check out the season fixtures on the Bowls New South Wales website. What's happening up here, Hilly? Back on screen.
Brianna is holding one. Cody's just looking to sit it down on the back end and is mightily close. What a shot, Cody Packer. Probably made 2 or 3 of that, I think. Watch the replay here. Good replay job there. The skills there, Lee.
It falls right back in front of it too.
Yeah, it's not much of a target, but I believe Twisty's going to line up here on his forehand to hit the last one, or the blue one.
Not a dead draw, you feel?
Maybe not.
We'll be getting the 1 wood out here.
Well, my golf skills aren't that good, so I do try occasionally, but here we go, lining up forehand run. Well, he's not playing as much weight as I thought he would. He's just sort of reaching down there, trying to pop the jack, but he looks underdone.
I think for Cody, is it just a case of going all the way back to the respot, just get the deepest bowl on the green?
I think so. Katie's just said they're holding 2. So Katie might think it's going to hit that back blue one, I think, if he gets any contact. And pop out to Brianna's 2 bowls.
Yeah, okay, so it's either to the widest pink one or past it.
Yep. Out on a good track. They are coming back nicely there. That little breeze around the corner. That's a pretty good shot.
We'll see if it does touch that bowl. What it may do without getting the deepest bowl, it potentially gives Ben the flexibility to go firm.
There is a shot there, yes. Cody, oh no, Cody's got one more, so...
Chance though, I guess, that Cody's bowl will probably go through and towards the back of the rink, may even catch the other Merrylands one. So we'll see what Ben wants to play. Getting ready, right in front of us.
Yes. The other scoreline next door is out to 13-4 now. Josh Perry over David Govan.
We'll get a player's eye view. Look at that. That's what the player's seen from the mat.
Pretty impressive camera work there, Lee. It's just reaching up here. Just looks on the high side of this one. Pretty good weight
just
for
was
that
trying to
shot,
play that
yeah.
just bump, wasn't he? So does Cody have the chance to get to the pink and green jack high bowl of Brianna's now?
Well, yes, there is that shot.
Really depends how many he's holding, I guess, already.
Yeah, it's probably, I think Katie said before they were 2. So there is the shot to probably sit at once for 4. You roll your own front one up. And he is playing that by the looks.
So, yeah, just can't quite tell there which one of those is close up, but
He's playing down on the back end, just reaching up to that bowl by the looks, and he's on a fair track here. He is all over this. Oh, what a shot.
yeah, he played it well.
He's at least made 3, if not 4.
4 it is. Yeah, well played.
Shot. Played it
Terrific
with
conversions.
Perfect weight for that shot. So that pushes the scoreline now to 10-6. Little bit of a break there.
Yeah, as you mentioned, next door, starting to be a bit of a gap open up there.
One-sided, yes.
Although last game, Pamela and Dave were well down. They trailed 7-0
yes.
and then scored the next 18 shots before the Harbord team scored the last 7.
Yes, I did.
Could it be a game of 3 halves? Is that possible?
Well, it could be.
A game of 2 halves? Could be a game of 3
game of
halves?
three
We probably
halves
should
would be
call it thirds, shouldn't we?
So, Katie, been leading very well.
Interesting, they're stretching it out as well. Often
Yeah.
the tactic of Brianna and Ben early on in the game to stretch it out, but
Well, I think Cody will just want it down near this tee. He's been drawing pretty well.
so our other 2 skips in the nearby game there.
Go Newcastle.
You've played a lot of representative bowls with Dave Govan, mate.
I have a lot. I've been on his rink quite a bit, and it's been me, him, Jason Stokes, and Matty Bouse there for quite a while.
I can at least remember one inter-zone final where that was the case at South Tamworth.
Oh, that was my favourite game in a long time, Lee. Thanks for reminding me. I don't think
Unfortunately, we were on the. I was on the back end of that result, but no, you were sensational that final.
I haven't played that well in a long time. I can promise you that. It's a good shot there from Cody, just missing in good areas.
Much like here at Ballina, those greens at South Tamworth are always presented beautifully.
Magic, yes. I couldn't believe, with the amount of rain that we had yesterday, how well these greens are running. Even yesterday in the rain, they still run absolutely brilliant, which is a credit to the green staff. And
How were things this morning, mate? Was there noticeably quicker or not so much first up in the morning?
No, I think it was very similar. We were down on green 3 this morning, and it was probably similar to yesterday afternoon. So they did sort of quicken up a little bit towards the end of the game. But this one, I saw the greenkeeper out there between games rolling it a few times, and it does look a lot quicker.
So that bit of a sheen on top, the lighter colour coming through. He was out in between both sessions, actually,
Yes.
between round 3 and the quarterfinals, and also in advance of our semi-final here now.
This is pretty close here from Cody. And you can see the finish on that bowl, it's brilliant.
Cody Astley, what a shot. Has the back position as well. Brianna hoping to play something similar to what Cody did last hand. If she can sit that bowl through and finish right on centre line.
If she misses, she needs to give Ben something to play to here.
Playing a metre and a half past the jack, you think, mate? Try and sit the
think
bowl
so,
or get
yes.
through.
Just looks on a slightly tight line, but if it wiggles its way through there, it's okay.
Sort of that weight that all the good skippers like you to be able to play, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So you get a fair mix of positions, mate. Obviously, depending whether it's representative things or club games of front end, back end. Do you have a preference, or it doesn't really matter? You just play the position that you're in.
Oh, I just play where I'm picked, mate, generally. But look, being in the state setup and the Newcastle side and leading in that for the Lee trainers, the Matthew Bouses, it's a pretty good gig. So I do enjoy the lead battle. Less pressure on you.
The underrated part of the game, and we see so many new bowlers at clubs want to get away from that position and get up the order, but I always think it's the quickest way into a good team is to be the best lead in the club. You back yourself to do that job very, very well, and you'll have all the bowlers asking you to play events.
Exactly right.
The big money tournaments, the club championships, and everything else that goes in between.
Twisty is close here. Just the bowl. What a shot. Ben twist. Made 4 of it, but there is a bit of a target there for Cody.
Yeah, just different to what the one with Cody last time, which just sat alongside the jack.
Yep.
And Cody with 3 bowls at the back of the rink. And if previous ends are to go by, this camera operator is going to be switching cameras again with the jack getting moved.
Well, he's not playing as much weight as I thought. I thought he'd be well up that, but he is in the area. Just has to hold that last little bit. He's good. It's a good shot. Good second shot.
Yeah, that was the bowl to potentially guarantee yourself not dropping a
Just
huge count.
minimise, yes, absolutely. Played perfect weight, really. I believe the Newcastle team over there has just got a 3 as well to make it 13-7 after 9, so that, a game of 3 halves might be back in play.
So Ben provided with 2 options there from Brianna. She said you can either cover the bowls at the back of the rink. Just try and show you those there. You see the 2 blue and the white bowls at the back.
I think he's decided on the change it up option.
Yeah, try and draw a toucher. They were the 2 options.
Yeah.
Skipper's choice.
And he's pretty close if he gets down to that bowl. It's just sort of fallen out. But it's still only 1.
The thing with Cody's bowl, though, is that it is still vulnerable if he does play weight.
Yeah,
I think is it maybe a 2 metre weighted shot on the back end?
So if you're sitting your bowl, you're going to stay around anyway.
The worst possible result is probably 3/4 of the bowl on the high side, push it through the gap, and your bowl just runs to the right-hand side of that jack-eye pink.
Definitely.
It's probably the worst result. Anything else is an improvement. And could be a massive improvement if he trails the jack 2 metres.
You wouldn't back against him, that's for sure, the way he's playing.
Feels like a big moment in the game here. 10-6 in front after a huge conversion. If he does it again here...
He's just drawing. I think he's on a higher line. He's trying to get to his own and flop it, which is close. I don't know.
Exceptionally close.
Sure, yeah.
Well, how brave are you, Ben Twist? Can play big weight. Can play just a couple of metres maximum.
Yeah, it depends if he's holding or not.
Turns the orange bowl over the jack a couple of rolls. What you see there is an option to go big.
Get both.
Would hold the re-spot if nothing was to move.
Ah, yes.
Back yourself to run the jack in and follow. Will that, the white bowl that's standing up, the front one of the 2, will that get out of the head? Or will that catch on the bowl of Brianna's?
Potentially lock in, yeah.
So, Ben, couple options. Does he play a metre or 2 orange bowl or just underneath? Try and make a 2 or a 3? Or is he going for the big score?
I think the way he sort of lined up that white bowl, he may be trying to play it out. But
sometimes hard to tell with Ben set up on the mat.
He looks... I still don't know.
Firmish, I'm going to say.
Yes, that's very firmish. And he's close. He
going for the kill.
Oh,
it's run through to the ditch. We'll try and turn that around.
It's at least 1 to Merrylands, I think.
Oh, well, are they measuring for
They
shot?
are measuring for shot, yeah.
Is that the jack just underneath Katie's foot there?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Well,
1 to
shot.
Ben.
He's done well.
1 to Ben and 5 points to the cameraman for getting some kind of view of that.
Fantastic job. It was a good shot. He got a bit stiff in the end not to kill it, but ended up with the shot anyway. It sort of rattled around.
Just caught on that inside bowl and ran straight.
Yes.
And we'll never know who had shot after all that.
10-7 after 9. We're halfway through.
Half time for a drinks break.
Well,
Orange is out. Team chat from the coach. It's those junior football days. It was your week to cut the oranges up.
and you mentioned Platinum Pennant there before, Lee. I see you're named in one of the squads.
Did get named, yeah.
That's
Got the call up this season, so looking forward to that. First game sort of at the back end of our state championships, as I mentioned, Friday, April 11th.
Who have you got first up?
I was hoping that question wasn't coming. I'll have a look at the draw. We are at home. I think it's Mount Lewis, but I'll try and confirm that. We play at home against Mount Lewis on the Friday night. We're away at St John's, I know, on the Saturday evening, and then back at home to Carlingford in round 3. So I personally like the triple headers for Platinum, the triple and double headers, get those games through.
Get them out of the way, yeah. It's very good concept.
Yes, it does. It does tie up people's weekends, but instead of 10 or 11 consecutive weekends, get the games through in 4 or 5.
Exactly right.
Most of our players are used to that kind of format in playing multiple matches day after day, so get them through. And obviously your club, along with a few others, have expressed an interest to come into the event for season 3.
Yes, we have, yep.
So that'll be interesting to see how things land for promotion relegation, with the option this year in the conditions of play, beg your pardon, for 11th and 12th place on the ladder to be regressed back to grade 1 and 2 new clubs to come in. So looking forward to that. We had quite a few nominations to come into Platinum Pennant for season 3. So there will be 2 spots on the line going into the season for those teams that finish 11th and 12th on the ladder. So good to mix things up. We've had 2 seasons with the same 12 clubs, as we sort of indicated right at the start of the event.
Yep.
But to bring in a couple of new sides will add a good dynamic to the event moving forward, and keep that opportunity for other clubs around the state to work their way in to our premier pennant competition.
Brianna's played a good bowl with a third. She was just a bit overs and unders the first 2, but nailed it with the third one. Cody's done well there just to clear her own and get in a good position. Josh Berry has picked up another one over there. The score is right on the scoreboard you've got up there, 14-7 after 10 ends, so halfway through. And are you playing your home matches in Platinum on the indoor, mate?
We will be, yeah, on the indoor for Rilla. At times there, I forget sometimes we have outdoor greens. We play a lot of matches inside, which great facility, of course.
Absolutely lucky, very lucky to have it.
Seems to be the last couple of years of club championship games that we've had pretty ordinary weather most weekends. So we've certainly played a lot of club championships inside as well. Just the way it's fallen on the calendar, they are scheduled to be outside. Should conditions go that way, we quickly move indoors. We run a full book of indoor club championships as well.
Okay, yep.
So we're currently in the midst of that at the moment, as Cody just gets under the shot.
Yep, good shot.
I saw I lost a game of indoor triples on Thursday night this week in my absence. My team unfortunately went down to Arrantees, 24-4, I think, in the semi-final.
And you left them, jeez.
Yeah, left them. They did get the win on Monday night in the quarter-final while I was away, but we missed out in the semi. Mr. Tees, former Ballon resident himself, got the better of us.
Yeah. Fellow Bulldogs supporter.
I was going to say, yeah, he's reasonably happy at the moment. Yeah, reasonably happy. We did do some live score updates with Nick Hind and myself here last night on the Raiders games.
I'm going to admit I'm a Bulldog supporter and I didn't tip them last night.
They played very well from the second half that I saw, but...
Yes.
See Cody so close with his last. Looks slightly wider, so he's hopefully around the front for his sake.
Is he up past that one? No, he's not.
Yeah, that's the head scratch. Been there, Cody.
Yeah, I was there plenty of times over the last 3 games.
Any areas in particular, mate, that you think you guys might have missed out on between yourself and Kate that you would like over again?
Oh, we just dropped a few numbers in the first game that killed us. We only got beat by 7, and I think we dropped a 5 and a 4, so just a couple of bad ends here and there. But then credit to Doc this morning from Harbord. He played absolutely fantastic. We held a lot of numbers. It wouldn't have done us any good in the end because the Narendra team were winning quite convincingly, but we held 6s. He dead drew side touches. He was amazing. So
yeah, right.
Couldn't have done much more this morning, but
Doc, of course, being Mark Alexander, who was the winner on live stream last night
Yes.
against the Leeton and Narandra combination.
Well, Lincoln Gooley from Narandra played absolutely brilliant against us in the conditions.
So just one, the indication.
Yeah,
No, this is just a dead draw, right?
I think so. If his last one was up there, he could have probably tried to get that bowl out of there, but
He sort of blocked that passage for
He
the
did, yeah.
weighted shot, didn't he, with his last? So
Yeah.
out on the draw. He's on
the
that good line, yeah.
Yeah,
Just quick, is he, or not?
he is slightly, but only just. Good effort.
So Brianna's bowl hangs in there.
One more to Brianna and Ben. 10-8 after 10 ends.
So I see at least one of your teammates, Daniel in the triples, out practicing at the moment.
Matthew is out there, yes. Matty Swan. I think Nathan's in cotton wool. Nathan Dawson. He's just resting up.
Is he still to pass a fitness test in the morning, is he?
Yes, possibly. I know our three senior representatives, Eric Ryan, Sam Lagutsa and Kim Jarks, are over rolling up at Alstonville as we speak.
Okay, I saw all those three gentlemen over the last day or so good to see them up here, and
Yeah.
no doubt there is plenty of people, as you mentioned, at both Lennox Head and Alstonville rolling up this afternoon. We have provision from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. this afternoon across our three venues for anyone involved in the triples. Greens will be closed tomorrow morning in advance of that 10:45 start. So to allow the greenkeepers every available opportunity to get the greens ready tomorrow morning. Our practice session at 6-hour window here this afternoon, which we're about halfway through. And then at those venues, if you are involved tomorrow, please be at your venue no later than 10:15 a.m. You'll have the opportunity to pre-order lunch from the respective venue. And we'll get underway with our opening ceremony at approximately 10:30 to have you out on the greens to get your 2 trial ends and underway for 10:45.
Means I'll get a bit of a sleep in tomorrow.
It does, unless you want to come into commentary for the 8 a.m. start
Well,
tomorrow.
Well, we'll see here what time we wake up. I don't mind the bit of the commentary. Good shot there from Brianna.
So there you go, mate. Happy for you to rest up. We have back on board tomorrow. I think we've got Nick Hind back in commentary tomorrow. Yep, got the nod of approval.
Yeah.
So our colleague Nick is currently at Lennox Head conducting a coaching accreditation course for some wannabe local coaches that have signed up in the Northern Rivers. So while we're up here at State Champs, Nick's taken that opportunity to deliver that course for
Good shot, Cody.
8 or 10 people there today.
That's a good shot. Well played. Trial jack backhand is the call. Beresfield have scored another one over there to make it 14-8 after 11.
All right, they're just 7 more ones and they'll get up.
Well, Bree is close. Just needs to move. Oh, it's a good shot. 3 seconds.
Trailer jack on the backhand, just as she was asked,
Just as
wasn't
she
it?
was asked.
Have you ever played bowls with your partner, Hilly? How do you reckon you'd go?
I have not. My lovely better half Jodie doesn't play, but we've had a few barefoot games. She usually beats me, but I'm a good boy. I do what I'm told anyway, so I'm sure she'd love it.
Must be something in the name. I'm married to a Jodie as well, and she's not a signed up bowler. Had a few games here and there.
Yep.
She had family involved in the sport, and hasn't transitioned into being a full-time bowler. She's the full-time bowls widow.
Exactly. Yes, mine would say the same.
So not sure if you're watching, Jodie, but hello if you are, and looking forward to seeing you when we return from this event. So Ben comes to the mat. I believe he's 1 down with that front blue bowl.
Yes, I believe that was the call. So he'll be forehand, just trying to trail the jack foot or so.
Just to that white line, isn't it, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Righto, Daniel, you've got 6 bowls here, right? And I'm going to put you on the spot after this end to predict a match winner. So I'll let you wait and see what happens this end and who scores. And then we'll put you in the hot seat to pick a winner. So if someone gets a 6 or someone here, you'll be able to pick an easy one, but we'll see how we go.
Well, I hope so. Well, Ben just has to hold with the front one.
Even his own up.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, he's done well.
Well,
I think the Z scoop helped that one. It sort of wobbled around a little bit in the Z scoop.
this is interesting game, right? Because with the respot format, you can't really go huge here. You can just see that Jack went out of bounds where it would go.
Yeah,
Just
he'd
a
still be
swinging
3
bowl.
down. Yeah.
Obviously, you can get all 3 bowls out. I think this is...
He has been playing his hand very, very well. I don't want to put the commentator's curse on him, but just reaching down here on the forehand.
Oh, Daniel, you want to call this. This is very, very close.
Just going to miss. Wow.
Ben trying to get that toucher still, you think, mate?
I think just change it up just a fraction, yeah. Even if he gets to Brianna's bowl and sort of flops in front of it, just make it that little bit harder, because you probably don't back Cody to miss it again.
Yeah, you think something's moving in the next 2 bowls of Cody Packer if it stays where it is.
Yeah.
Watching this intently.
Just
Ben
have to
twist.
move
Do you
late,
get back to the jack?
or just move a little bit. Wow. It probably counts, so
It's another one that
Next
counts where the
option.
jack is and on the respot as well, doesn't it?
it does. So the jack could easily get caught in between those 3 bowls.
Yeah, fair to say St John's got a few shots there, plus 2 slips and a gully waiting for the catch.
Interesting to see what weight Cody plays here.
I think it's similar, isn't it? Try and correct the
Is.
line. Looks tighter at least. Let's see what weight he has played.
Even if he's underneath to those bowls, he might change
Catch
it up.
some out here.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Well,
1 down. That's
All of a
much
sudden he's
better.
got 2 or 3
Yeah.
seconds, doesn't he?
That changes things up completely. And he may even nearly have the tee.
Almost better than getting it.
Yeah.
It's a tremendous result. All of a sudden it's Ben Twist that needs to play another good one here. Cody Packer, I'm going to suggest 3, maybe even 4 seconds at the moment.
Yep. And he's taken that foot trail away quite nicely.
Yeah, things can turn in one bowl. He was off target, but got the second prize. He didn't want to miss outside again.
No, he missed in a good area.
Like you said, Ben doesn't have that trail. The tee's not a huge danger anymore. Sort of bottom right of screen can be, but we'll see how Ben goes. He played a really good draw shot last time. I think it's much the same. High side of the jack, turn it around the pink. Anything that's beating that wide left-hand side blue helps his team.
He's out on a good track again.
He's on the trot.
Yeah. Just Brown has got to get down a fraction.
Just needs to stop, doesn't it? Okay, well, just going to sail by. Doesn't beat Brianna's other bowl.
So it depends how many seconds they've got. You can clip it out.
Yeah, almost goes. Imagine here, right in the middle.
Well, if he gets this, it could be easy to tip a winner.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, could either be 10-9 or quite a big number plays 8 after this. He gets the bowl right in the centre. If you can imagine him hitting that pink and green directly onto the back orange.
Yeah, peel it
That's
out with
the
nothing
angle.
else. I think he's only trying to sit at the same sort of weight that he played.
Yeah, just that swinging weight, forehand.
Sit it and stay for 4 or 5.
It's pretty hard to change the weight when you've been so close with your first 2.
He looks higher.
Yeah, I think that's out wide, and it is.
Just not going to get back.
So that's going to make your life difficult with the prediction, right? So you've had the 6 bowls. We've given you every opportunity.
Oh, who do you want me to cruel?
So we're St
Yeah.
John's Park 9, Merrylands 10 after 11 ends, and over to you, Daniel Hill, to predict our winner.
Earlier on inside, I tipped Brianna and Ben to win it, so I'm going to have to go with them.
Going to try and stick solid.
Go with the underdog, 10-9, they're behind, so...
Okay, I better take the other team then, just to keep things interesting.
I think we could be in for an extra end.
Extra end. Okay, I like it.
Yeah. It just has that feel about it.
Players, of course, at an extra end will be out tossing a coin to decide who plays first. Plenty of things happening here. I can see quite a contingent of bowls. New South Wales staff here.
I could be in trouble. Yeah.
Lined up. The heavies have arrived. We've got 3 security guards turned up here.
And Josh Berry skipped out a little bit more, 17-8 after 12 ends over David Govan.
9 shots in 6 ends for Beresfield side.
Time to start getting some multiples happening.
And one possibility, of course, with the final would be Josh up against Ben. They've won a lot of pairs events together.
Absolutely.
If they happen to draw each other in the final, that would be quite unique.
Katie just coming over to check how far short the bowl is on the TV.
She doesn't understand this amateur
We can't.
amateur operator here. Alright, we'll try that for a moment, and let's give it our best Aussie shot at trying to realign that camera. There we go. Okay.
Katie just push this one out wide. You've done well there, Lee.
Just don't quite get that track of the bowl all the way in, but it does allow you at home to see those bowls that are finished just in behind the jack.
Brianna's bowl is on its way down. It's coming into shot now. Good track. Just needs to pull up a fraction.
There's some kind of aero. Right, do you know what type Brianna
I don't know what
using?
they're using, no. I would assume probably Optimas. They look like they're turning nice, but Ben has used a wider set before too. I'm not sure if they were to be the Quantums or something like that.
Earlier in this event?
No, just in general. I know
Okay.
he's got a set. I think he uses them at BPL, stuff like that.
Well, these players weren't really good enough to find the line with anything.
Well, we're going to get a nice little result there. And
Turtle's
fell
back in
back,
front of the
yes.
jack.
Made it just that little bit tougher. Can't see all of the jack.
It's amazing how that just makes a huge difference, doesn't it, to the confidence level when you get on the mat.
Absolutely. You don't have a full jack to try. You've only got that piece. But if anyone's good enough to do that, it's these two men walking up to the mat.
A little bit of banter along the way, coming
Yeah,
back.
yeah. Good to see.
Maximum length.
Trial the jack 2 feet for 3. That'll be the shot. So the ball is on its way. You will see it come into shot in a second. And Brianna is looking at it. It is mighty close. Just needs to move, and it does. What a shot, Ben Twist.
Kicks that bowl alongside it.
It's at least 2, if not 3. Still a bit of room there for Cody. Has Cody been using these bowls all event?
From what I've seen, I didn't
know
get
he
to
did
see
today.
all of yesterday's, but yeah, I believe so.
Okay. I thought I saw him rolling 2 days ago with a different set, but good.
They were certainly the ones he had a couple of weeks ago at the Men's Division 1 pennant finals that I saw.
Yep. And Twisty just be trying to close this one down, just get right on top of that jack. He's on the trot after it. It will be coming down into your view in a second, viewers. He's just going to sail past there, but it potentially counts. I believe that's one of the actuality logos there on Ben's bowl, and he's a Charizard, I think, your Pokemon.
Right.
So I didn't quite see how many it was when Cody just asked Katie. But Cody's just trying to better his own bowl by a couple of feet. And he's on a good track to do it, but I don't know if he quite sent it. Oh, it's still going. Yeah, no, that's a good shot. Well played, Cody. Just fell back, so it's probably close for shot.
Still just draw a shot or touch the jack, isn't it? You can see the orange and pink, all St. John's Park at the back of the rink.
Touch the jack and my tip could be coming true.
Yeah, one bowl left for either player. It is a bare jack, but naturally he's trying to draw the shot without being short of it.
Yeah, you draw a foot pass, he's still going to count. If you get the jack on the way, well, it's happy days.
See across the other rink. Beresfield lining up to receive the jack, so they've won that end.
2, yes, 17-10 I believe it is.
And Ben's still lining up.
17-10 over there, yes, on 13. Twisty's let it go, it's on its way, and he's crouching down behind it, which is always
he's trying to trail it right through to the ditch here. Let's get on for a nice look here. Bowl coming in.
Oh, he's just into that. Just one down now.
We know who's shot.
Yeah. So now it's... Well, this one's another big bowl now, because you got to take these chances when they come. They don't come very often. A couple of feet to draw a second.
Conscious effort to try and count outside the jack, no doubt here.
Yeah. It's amazing how many times you go back in the game and remember the shots you missed and stuff like that, but you never really remember the add-ons that could have got you an extra shot here or there. So Cody has just delivered the bowl. It will come into the view in a second. He looks to be on a good track and he is following it.
Not sure if he's going to get all the way there.
It's still going.
He's trying hard.
It's still going. It's got to be close.
Quite probably. He's one out. Brenner's going to have to concede a second. Not quite yet.
Get the lie detector out.
Well, if it's close for 2, I will be sure enough to say that it can't be 3. That looks like Cody's last one was well in front of his other. Yeah. We've got measure cam here at the state championships.
It is 2.
Looks like a couple.
Yep. 12-9 after 12 ends. Unfortunately, my tip has sort of cruelled them. Cody and Katie just having a mid-pitch conference. Discuss some tactics or tell a joke here or there, I think. It's generally my go-to. Don't talk about anything in particular, but just have a general chat.
A bit of bonus coverage. You can see the lead bowls there. Pamela Stefanis and Kate Morgan on the adjoining rink.
Pamela looks to be holding 2 on the crossover.
So just a reminder, if you are tuning in and missed the earlier commentary, we are in semi-final action of the TAB State Championships 2024-2025 State Mixed Pairs. On the mat now from Merrylands, Katie Astley leading up for Cody Packer. They're playing St John's Park team, Brianna Smith and Ben Twist. This is our last scheduled match for today. And our winners will be back for the final at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Good start from Cody. It's a noticeable change of length here from the Merrylands team.
There is a way to get in nice and close to that. Well, that's... Sorry for the jerky camera work, but we're nearly there. Whoops. Press down, not up.
Good speed there from Brianna.
Promise you a much more professional operation here in the booth tomorrow. I'll be out on rink 8. Sorry, I'll be on rink 8 watching Daniel Hill's game.
I wouldn't.
You'll be next to the live stream.
Next
The
to,
other game getting live streamed in your
That's where I like to be.
section. You just need to be in the live stream for the final, isn't it?
Absolutely. Oh, Brianna, good wait again. Good couple of seconds there.
Bit of discussion going on over there next door. Looks like Dave Govan on top of the jack there.
Gov could be holding a few here, yeah. Good shot there from Cody.
Okay, so the commentary team's getting bigger as he comes in for the championship ends. We welcome Tuncurry Beach's Craig Donaldson. Welcome, Pixie.
Thank you, Lee. Hello, Daniel.
Hello, Pixie. How are you?
Oh, I'm fair to middling.
Another competitor in this event, Craig, that's just bowed out earlier on today.
Did see you on the live stream, actually. Or you don't want to remember that game, is it? No? Very quiet, isn't he?
He is, mate. Yeah, absolutely.
We're good enough on the day.
That's fair.
Pretty good setup here for Merrylands on the crossover. Not quite a must-win, but for Ben, pretty important to try and turn something over here.
The change of length has certainly worked well so far.
Cody setting up forehand to try and reduce a bit of target there.
Change a little bit, yes. And I think this man next to me is actually also in the triples as well.
You'd be correct.
Carrying Clinton Doust, is that right?
That's the other way around.
Oh, okay.
Let me guess, Pixie, you in the section of death?
They're all hard, Lee, when you get to this stage.
So Twisty not mucking around with it. Close, has killed it. Which means we'll go back to that long end. The camera work will be on point.
Hopefully it gives me a little bit of time via this replay to try and get somewhere near the area.
That's a good
Press the
shot
right
from
buttons
Twisty.
here.
Yeah.
Good hit there by Benny.
So now it's essentially a two-bowl shootout. I think Gov has only scored a 1 over there, so 17-11 on 14.
And we nearly made that back into position there. 2-bowl singles.
It's a fair shot from Cody. Still leaves probably 2.5 feet.
Pixie, is he drawing this? Ben, first time.
Oh, big call here. Give us something.
I was going to say, you're going to wait till his bowl finishes?
I'll back him
I'll
in.
say he's going to be close.
So he's not going to watch this back. You can say whatever you want. Camera hasn't frozen. Still to let the bowl go, Mr. Twist.
That's how much this bowl means. He's out there.
Coming in.
Will come back late.
Jack Eye's a chance.
Just going to sail past a fraction. So, can Cody close it right down now? He gets right on top of the jack, it makes it very tough. Here, Cody coming down on the back end.
On a fair line.
It is a good track.
He's just asking for it to stop.
It's a pretty good shot here.
Good shot from Cody.
Just moved that jack slightly, so may have only made one. I'm not sure. I'm going to have a look. I think 2 still. He's talking about hunting. So I think he's going to try and hunt the jack by the conversation that was just had.
Yeah, just guarantee you're up here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whether that means you're a metre up or 7 or 8 metres up, same option if he gets his own bowl. Way up on the front of screen there, that bowl of Brianna's will be 4th shot at the moment and 3rd shot if he takes his own out. So no worse than 2 if he collects his own.
Let's try and swing past that front pack and be in that general area. So as he passes the front,
He's not saying anything yet.
Just needs to hold just underneath. So I'm going to get a tape out for the second one, but it's probably 2.
Does look 2 from our vantage point.
Hope so, it's on the board. Locked it in.
The early crow.
Good on Cody, kicking the bowls back for the ladies there. 2, thankfully we nailed that one. So those of you who aren't fans of Daniel Hill's game, you can come down tomorrow morning 10:45. Instead of watching Daniel on rink 8, you can watch Craig Donaldson down on rink 16. Jason Orridge, Craig Donaldson, Clinton Dowse, Tuncurry Beach, up against Jono Watson, Damien Miller and David Quigley from Young. You know much about your opposition, mate, for the morning?
Oh, David Quigley, one of the best people in lawn bowls.
Right, tough little group there too. Got the locals from Yamba, the Northern Rivers champions. They'll be wanting to put on a show.
Good start here from Cody.
And Aaron Appleby, Curry. So a tough little group there as well. And as you mentioned, they all pretty well are at this stage of the event.
Yeah, there's no easy games at this stage of proceedings, Lee. Good shot there from Brianna.
She's led really well, Katie, so far. Certainly hasn't been daunted by the task of going up against Brianna. Hunting shot here. Yeah, played it well, grouped the 2 bowls together as well. What's the preparation for your team, Pixie, between now and 10:30 tomorrow?
I think the guys are having a roll up this afternoon. May join them, may not.
Yeah, 3
Bed
special
early
ones there.
and, yeah, be down here ready to go tomorrow.
Terrific end here from Cody. Put 3 right around it. So no doubt Brianna will be looking to make contact here once again. In the area of jack movement. A little piece of the bowl first.
Oh,
well,
what a shot, Brianna.
catches on the bowl at the side. Try and get this here. You see it come down. edge of the jack, locks onto her own bowl, stops there for 2.
Big end this for the St John's Park combo. Looks like the game next door. Josh Berry's got another multiple. Could be 4.
He's going to be hard to beat from there
It's going
then.
to be very mighty tough to beat. Cody Packer just needs to hold. What a shot. 1 down still, but a lot better. So that was 3 over there to Josh Berry. 20 to 11 on 15 ends.
Benny
Far away here,
Twist.
Twisty.
What a great attempt.
Oh, just snuck through the hole. I did just get a text message off the one and only Warren Shipley that he's loving the commentary, but Manly have just kicked off, so he's out.
He was quick to alert us last night, Daniel. My co-commentator inadvertently gave you the title of BPL Cup MVP. Warren was very quick to comment that it wasn't you that won it,
That was Jared Duncan,
and
yeah.
that he has also won one.
Yes. Yes, he would be. That was my...
Shippo an Eagles fan. Eagles fan.
He's
is
an
he?
Eagles fan. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm an Eagles fan, so well done, Shippo.
Well, unfortunately,
Congratulations.
you're losing at the moment, unfortunately. I just had a look on the TV inside, 6-0.
Cody Packer, shot
no
bowl, no
jack.
jack.
What a shot.
What a bowl. He's had all the answers so far. Ben trying to play something similar to his last. Just hit the bowl, trail the jack.
Yeah. The bowl is on its way. Looks to be on a good track.
He's somewhere near his last.
Just going to go through the same hole, is it? Oh, wow.
Sometimes it goes that way, doesn't it?
It's a great game, isn't it?
Cody plucks the bowl out clean and Ben finds the gap.
Cody will just be trying to get to Ben's last bowl, I think. Cover that little trail. He's just left it behind this one, which allows the opportunity for Ben. He's got the best back, so he could potentially try and just get the jack for 2, or he plays very similar to his last bowl. Trials the jack for 3. What would you be playing, Pix?
He obviously wasn't far away with his first 2. He's also got a chance of working down to Brianna's and turning it up, but
Yep.
I think I'll be attempting the same thing.
He's just, it probably is to a point where you've got to play something, but back edge of the jack into that left-hand side is no good. So, see what weight he plays here. I think it's big weight.
Looks that way.
It is. Oh, yes, he has done it.
Great
What
shot.
a shot.
Twisty.
He knew he had it about halfway down when he called out, miss your bowl at the back. He just wanted to get it and miss Brianna's bowl at the back, which he did. So made 2 of it. Which keeps my my bold prediction of a extra end alive. 3 the diff, 4 to play.
keeps the game alive. Around the grounds, we do see Mount Lewis 20 in front of Beresfield 11 and Manly 10, Parramatta 0.
Shippo would certainly be happy at home.
It's interesting here. They're obviously going to plan A, but Cody has delivered every time the Jack's been down near this tee, back towards our commentary box end.
Yeah, his forehand back to here has been amazing.
Thought they may have looked to change it up, but they're sticking with, as we said, plan A. 4 ends to go.
Backing themselves, I like it.
I believe we have about 21 to 22 minutes left in time, so...
Oh, I forgot about the time limit, yes. 4 ends, that's...
They're really only 3 from here, I guess, so it just needs that last end to be started.
Last end to be started, yes.
I see next door, Josh Berry has trailed the Jack into the ditch.
In, that could be all she wrote over there, nearly. So both leads just going past that little bit with their first. Good shots.
Yeah, Jack sort of near to where Pamela's standing there, the right hand side of that rink. Back here on our feature rink.
Yeah, it's a good shot. Cody has been playing this backhand quite well, coming back to the club. She's even got through the commentator's curse, I think. It's a pretty good shot.
Yeah, well played, Cody.
That is a good shot. Josh Berry's drawn to the lip over there, or just off the lip, but holding probably 3. Brianna just getting another one in there for partner Ben. Could be even better than getting another one in there. What a shot, Brianna. We are being treated to some champagne lawn bowls here.
Oh, we've hit the wrong button there.
Well, that was a good shot too.
Come back. There we go.
There it is.
He did get it.
With the old magazine, the Spot the Jack competition. Might bring that back to the live stream.
So Katie just switching over and wanting to trail that Jack forehand. She has a bowl waiting, which we can't see. Gov over there has not done a lot with that one, just sailed through. Katie just getting another one in the head, which is good. 3 seconds.
Strange to say, but sometimes these one down setups are a little bit better.
Well, when you've got the quality of the blokes coming behind you, like Cody Packer or Ben Twist, if you get bowls in the head, they'll do the rest.
Didn't see the final outcome over there in terms of the bowl play, but Gov scored.
Okay.
Gov scored, so it keeps that game alive.
Must have been a toucher that he put in, yes.
20 shots to 12, 2 ends to go there.
Needs a 3 or better. Or a 2 or better, actually. Keep it going. And Twisty just trying to get another one in the head.
Doesn't really want to follow it, probably not a great sign.
Looks to be a bit on the tight side, I think. Good weight. So now Cody, everything to play for here. Trail the Jack a couple of feet, land the bowl on his favourite forehand. So the bowl is on the way. It will come into view in a second. And he is watching it closely, which is a good sign. Just needs to hold. Well, it's probably better.
Gives himself a couple on the respot as well.
Couple on the respot. He has Katie's bowl pass to the right, so any movement of the jack to the right is brilliant.
It's a delicate one for Ben, isn't it? Obviously needs another close
Needs
bowl.
to get another in there, yeah, but
Better off just overplaying this, Ben, and trailing the jack pass, give himself 3 of the 4 deepest bowls with a toucher.
he is on the trot, so it will come into view. He's just under, but what sort of result will he get? Well, at least he has got another one in there.
And reclaimed the tee for himself.
So it's just a draw, a toucher, a couple of feet for 3.
Here's Cody.
He is
Well,
chasing.
he's chasing out a screen there.
Here we go.
Must be close.
Katie likes it.
Talking to the bowl.
Here we go. What sort of
Where does it
result?
go? It goes right through.
Brianna has one right on the edge of the ditch there,
Trying to bring this in.
which will be shot. So that it leaves it pretty lonely.
Fair to say, this has been a cameraman's nightmare, this game. The amount of jack movement. But our audience trying to look at the screen as well to get a gauge of where the bowls are situated.
So Ben just probably has 3 feet of room to draw the shot, but really doesn't want to leave it next to the other one. And that's what Ben's saying. They must probably not able to see the bowl through all those front ones, so he doesn't want to leave anything for Cody to use back to the bowl. So Ben's coming to have a look here, which does play into that time limit factor, Lee.
Yeah, I've got our official timekeeper alongside me. I think we're at about 16 minutes remaining.
Okay. And then probably takes about 5 or 6 minutes generally.
Need to have the jack rolled for
Yeah,
that final end. So
we'll be close.
depending how the next 2 ends play out, we know both guys deliver it. We've had incredibly tight heads throughout. And we know our other semi-final, they've completed 16 ends, as you can see on screen, and the skips have gone to the mat to start end 17, so they'll be well and truly in time. So Ben trying to draw around that furthest bowl on the right-hand side that you see. Hasn't quite let it go yet, he's just delivered.
So it's on its way, and he's on the trot after it. Just needs to run.
Played this well, he's got all the way down to Brianna's here.
Well
That
played,
is
Twisty.
well played, Ben Twist. Wow. Doesn't really create a target.
Well, there's certainly going to be weight played here.
Cody's bowling
Try and-
on the left-hand side of screen now is a toucher. So I think he'll be playing up through the orange on the line.
So the one bottom of camera there.
Bottom left
right?
is the toucher, yes.
Okay, so as we go back to our other view, that's the bowl to the right-hand side of the 2 white ones is the one that Daniel was referring to.
So we'll be trying to get that through the bowls is the optimum result.
Also see Brianna does have a toucher as well up the front, so we won't want to get that one up to count. He plays this right, finds his own, or even something else through it.
It's on the way. It is weight. And he's
He's
watching
watching
it. Oh my god, he's got the jack.
Bowls have moved.
I think his bowler's tried it in.
Brianna's is staying
No?
on.
Okay. 1 to Ben.
One shot to Ben Twist. Our timekeeper has just gone
Timekeeper,
past and
yeah.
advised the skips 13.5 minutes left to go.
I don't know if they would have been even thinking about the time limit, to be honest,
Potentially
at
not.
this stage. So 3 ends to go, 13.5 minutes has just been the call. Just to add a bit of theatre to it.
Last bowl of end number 17 going down on the adjacent rink in the semi-final. We'll try and get you a result in just a moment as to whether that game will still be going.
It looks like Govan might have 2, so they will go to a last end.
Okay, 20 shots to 14 there
Needs a full count last end.
for an extra without last bowl.
Yeah.
It'll be tough, but worth a try.
There's a chance. Good start there from Brianna.
Really good speed there from Bree.
Yeah. $13.5 minutes. I reckon we're going to be an end short here, Lee.
It's going to be close, isn't it? Well, Cody Astley, you have led superbly all match.
Great shot.
Well played.
Didn't quite touch the jack.
Four highly talented bowlers have put on a show here this afternoon.
Just a couple of feet.
Just in the awkward spot too, isn't it? On centre.
So can Katie just climb over her own and just finish a foot or so past the jack? Just underdone with probably both.
Doesn't want to chip that one off centre either. Well, it has created a little
Sort of a
port.
funnel, yes. You turn your own off the centre or work back from that one. So,
That was the skipper's plea of please don't be short.
yeah, change something up. And unfortunately, she's just under the line.
Tight line.
Over there, I don't know if this was a tactic, but Pam Stefanis has just rolled the jack to the middle of the line and her bowl is pretty much on the lip. So it's going to be tough to get 6 unless you put every bowl back there.
I hope the opposition aren't watching.
Yes. Yes. But once you've done it with your first one, you may as well keep trying.
Yeah, there's no point trying to
You
draw
tried
close
the
now.
particular tactic yourself.
Well, sometimes.
Inadvertently.
So Katie just hung that one out there.
See if I can cue in what Daniel was talking about.
And the second one's not really close to the first one either, so it's going to make 6 very, very tough.
So there you go, mate. Trying to explain to the viewers what you were speaking about.
You can see behind Josh's leg, right leg there, is Pam's first bowl. Second bowl about a yard through, so getting 6 is probably out of the equation, but Gov will certainly try. Back to this match. Ben just trying to play similar to what he called Brianna on.
Maybe even more. No, just a nice search.
It is, yeah, probably a little bit more than Brianna, but oh, he's called the jack early.
Oh, it needs to bend a little to the middle of the
Oh,
jack.
what a shot.
Oh, that's
Van
enough.
Twist.
Played
Wow.
Ben Twist.
He knew he had that from halfway down. Which is impressive, because I usually don't know if I've got it about a foot away.
No one's here to judge you though, mate.
So Cody, forehand draw. Looks to be close. Very close.
What a shot.
What a
Very good
shot,
shot,
Cody,
Cody.
back up. Twisty just wandering up to have a look, which still plays into the time pressure situation when you're a couple behind.
Call to try and trail the jack in.
He does have the toucher in the ditch, which you just can't see out of screen.
Just to show you as Ben's lining up, that bowl just near the centre rink marker. There's a toucher.
So it's backhand through breeze. He doesn't like it, I don't think. He's underneath. So Cody, big bowl here. Give it a friend. Still has one to come to, which puts the pressure on Ben.
Well, especially as you mentioned, Daniel, if this does become the second last end by time, scoring here critical for both teams.
Similar track.
His weight the same? Looks close. Just has to run past that front one, which he has. Maybe it fell out. But yes, that, if you're 4 behind playing what might be the last end, this is a huge bowl.
Players are shaking hands on the neighbouring rink, so it will be the first finalist confirmed. Kate Morgan, St John's Park, and Josh Berry, Mount Lewis. Into the final, a valiant effort from Pamela Stefanis and Dave Govan from Beresfield. They bow out at the semi-final stage, but a great campaign from that side. And Kate and Josh will be on stream tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. start for the final, the mixed pairs, to play the winner of our current match on screen. Now, I certainly haven't got the official time clock, but I think we're at about 6 minutes based off the earlier reports.
Which I would say we're not going to get an end in, and we'll get one end. So this is a huge bowl. I think he'll be playing something similar. If he gets half of Brianna's bowl, he might get both Cody's bowls or put it through the jack. So he's on the mat now.
Just lining up, about to deliver.
Alright, the bowler's on the way. Just needs to hurry on that line. Needs to hurry. Oh, he's just underneath. Which, if
Try and draw a shot.
if it's 2 shots, add a third here, you're 5 in front, potentially playing the last end.
Yeah, Dean's just given the players, I think it was a 5-minute call. So, wait and see Cody's last bowl, but in every possible chance that we are going to be finishing at 17 ends here. Combination of lots of tactics, plenty close heads.
Looks to be out there a fraction.
Right weighty counts here.
Will come back late.
Right weighty counts.
I don't think so.
That's going to just fall against, I think. 2 removed. Measuring. Oh, that's going to further just
Frame, yes.
eke out another 15 or 20 seconds. I think in almost certainty we will be finishing on this coming end.
So for the diff last end, or potentially last end.
You're going to be a stretch to get 2 ends played in
Yes,
5 minutes.
it'll be, you'd be running through them. Maybe disco-like.
Disco and Kevin Anderson have got a chance.
Yeah.
Shout out to Big Kevin.
Be careful.
Vic Open mixed pairs and triples winner.
I did see that.
We might try and get the
The timekeeper is walking around.
yeah, we'll get the attention there, just collecting cards from the previous game. How long have we got left, Dean? How are we going for time? 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So this will be the last end.
Will be the last for the diff.
We can lock that in now. Last end coming up.
Well, last official end. We might have an extra on if they get 4. Then we would play 18.
I like it.
Yeah. It's a fair start from Bree. Gives them a chance.
Oh, sorry, folks. Misalignment on screen there. Getting caught up in all this tension and excitement.
Well,
Trying to queue up another camera just in case things move later on.
good effort there, but just that couple of feet short. So Bree will be looking to play pretty much exactly the same bowl. Try and trail that jack a couple of feet
Yeah, important her bowls finish past.
to reach. Yep.
Yeah, she's done it well, whether she gets it or not from here.
Yep.
It's shot and passed.
Excellent.
Yeah, good shot.
You're saying there's a chance, Lee. You are saying there is a chance. So good call here from Cody. I like this. You play the shot before them, trail that jack, get to the bowl underneath the jack.
A big bowl here from Katie Astley. She's had a superb game. If this is a final one, she'll want it to be a good one.
So she's close here. Well, if that's a final one, she's done it pretty well. One down, but
Very good
great second.
Probably takes Brianna's last out of play.
So Brianna just got to reach on the back end here, just past that jack, trail it on the way through. They've done it pretty well. It's in the game. But I think that's the one Cody is playing to beat.
Try and get you a couple of different angles here on screen. You can see there from the back. So, as you guys mentioned, Merrylands without a bowl past the jack at the moment. So, no doubt Cody will be trying to get in between the jack and Brianna's last bowl with his first one.
If he's able to get to Brianna's last bowl, it makes it extremely tough.
Yeah.
Twisty.
There is the horn.
Siren has gone off.
Or the tutor.
The tutor I just heard, yes. So that's a good bowl from Cody, but there is still an option.
It probably takes the back of the rink out of play for St John's Park if they need it later on in the end. But
Yeah.
so for Ben, trail the jack, probably up to a metre.
Miss, you get to Brianna's last bowl.
Yeah, keep building that up and hope Cody doesn't get there before you. Plenty of silence around the venue. Respect given to the players out here. Big few bowls still to be played. Ben's bowl is on its way.
He's watching it.
You're about to see it coming to screen. This is awfully close to what he
He's watching
wants.
it.
Does he get any piece of the
What a
jack?
shot,
He
Ben
has.
Twist. Wow.
Ben Twist. What a play. Oh, once again, we're bringing in replays from much earlier in the game. The replay master has failed at a critical time.
It's okay. Cody's bowl is on its way already. He hasn't mucked around. He knows what he's got to do. Looks to be out there.
Oh, you see it.
He's just sailing past.
See
So
it go by there. So 3 to St John's Park.
there is an opportunity here.
All of a sudden, Ben Twist, you can put a lot of pressure on here with a good bowl.
Well, you draw it, you're forcing an extra end no matter, well, depending on Cody's last bowl, and then you could have a chance to win it.
Bit of discussion there between the players. Is that just a bit of nervous tension, potentially trying to get out of the system before jumping onto the mat?
After his first bowl, I wouldn't be nervous. That was a cracker.
So the leads there, just waiting. Ben going through his pre-shot routine on the mat. Quite deliberate, knows the importance of this bowl. He can lie a match level lie after this one. Still to deliver. Cody has gone a couple of rinks away, deep in thought, looking directly at the ground, just trying to prepare himself for what will be a big bowl of his last coming up.
It is on the way. Just needs to cease, I think. The breeze has got up a fraction.
Oh, it's close. I'll try and get you side on, potentially.
Maybe.
Just
Judging
looking
by
at
Ben's body language, I don't think it does. But it's still a massive bowl.
It's not full relief for Cody. He does fail a little bit here. Ben still has an opportunity for 5 if Cody fails here. Going to back someone of the class of Cody to correct his weight. You can see his 2 bowls there, back of the rink, both with pretty good line.
Cody's just giving him a clap. We're full support. Draw the shot. Line's been immaculate.
The bowl is on its way.
Look tighter.
He's hands out, hoping for it to cease again. Needs contact. Doesn't want to get inside the jack for nothing. Doesn't want to get inside the jack for nothing.
Oh, he doesn't want to trail it like that. Oh,
Well,
maybe.
that's 2.
Yeah, has stuck around.
Cut it back to 2. However, if Ben can find a pass to the bowl, and it may be down on that forehand between Brianna. Brianna's bowl, sit and stay.
Sit and stay for game.
Well, I think in almost all likelihood, Daniel, that the extra end is out of play.
I think so.
I think Ben's either going to make 5 to win it, or Cody's going to do enough to hang on with that last one of his.
Here we go. Ben going through his pre-shot routine again. What a finish. No matter what happens. Here we go.
Ben Twist on the mat.
Someone's moved.
Backs off. Not sure that was the crowd.
Yeah.
Everything seemed reasonably still at glance here from the side. Just wasn't quite confident where the bowl was sitting in the hand or the line he had to take. He's reset pretty quickly.
Here we go. It's on the way.
Good change. So
They came
needs
out
to
already,
get
Seth.
through the gap to the white bowl. Does he get round Brianna's? Ben Twist.
Twist.
He missed the front.
What a shot, Benny!
Well, he's got it. How many has he made?
God,
What a
he's
shot,
won the
Ben
game.
Twist.
Hands in the air.
I think he's won the game.
Well, how many have been taken out?
There's 3 out. Katie,
The ladies are going to check. Oh, we've got the wrong thing
Oh.
again.
Ben's body language would suggest he's.
I think it's clutching a little bit.
Achieved it.
Yes.
Well, both got hats off. Are they going back with a view of an extra hand? He didn't quite get all of it. Let's have a look.
No, it's 5. It is
What a
5.
shot.
It is 5. Ben
What a
Twist.
shot.
What a finish.
Who needs 18 ends?
Oh,
What a game. What
Absolutely
a finish. That's the conclusion of a thrilling semi-final. Unfortunately, the game's finished by time, but it is St John's Park, Brianna Smith and Ben Twist that have overcome a valiant performance from Merrylands pair Katie Astley and Cody Packer. Final score on screen there, 17-16. Big thanks to Daniel Hill, Craig Donaldson for joining me this afternoon. Thanks, gents. Good luck in your triples campaign tomorrow morning.
Thank you, my friend.
Good luck, Daniel.
You too, Fix.
You see the other game on screen. It was the pairing of Kate Morgan from St John's Park and Josh Berry from Mount Lewis. Overcame Pamela Stefanis and Dave Govan in the other semi-final. And what an amazing way to finish there. Ben Twist, final bowl. With the time up, 4 down, heading in the last end, has made a 5. So we line up tomorrow morning in the final. We'll be on air just after 8 a.m. local time. Set your watches nice and early. Brianna Smith, Ben Twist, St John's Park will take on another St John's Park representative in Kate Morgan, who's teaming up with Mount Lewis's Josh Berry. We hope you've enjoyed today's coverage. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. for more action from the 2024-25 Bowls New South Wales TAB State Championships.